Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday, August 16th, 2017. This is the Daily Mix TV's morning edition. So Facebook's at it yet again. They've changed the way influencer marketing works on the world's largest social platform. Brands now have the ability to drive targeted paid media support behind third-party influencer posts. You see, for the last few years, marketers have been jurying whether to pay an influencer for organic awareness or do a targeted media push on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Now we can combine these efforts and not choose one over the other. That's great. But there is a serious question as to whether or not Facebook is going to make it virtually impossible for influencer posts that are paid for to drive organic anything the way they've made it for brands' posts. Remember, at one point, anyone who had an inkling of creativity could use Facebook to drive serious business. But Facebook went public and then figured out that if they whittled down the organic traffic on the platform to under 5% for brands, those brands would pay oodles of cash to boost posts to target the traffic they used to get organically. In other words, it's the drug dealer's business mentality. I'm going to give you a freebie, let you enjoy the ride, and then on the crash, you're going to pay me twice as much in order to get back to where you were to begin with. Also, remember that last year, it became law that anyone being paid by a brand to promote product had to note that the post was endorsed. So let me give you an example. If one of those vapid Kardashians, and yes, I did just say that, was endorsing a product, they had to indicate at the end of the post that it was endorsed or paid for by the brand. So will the new influencer boosting policy on Facebook mean that brands will have to spend even more money boosting? Let's walk through this. If an influencer with an audience of 10 million fans is being paid to shill a lipstick, under the old model, brands would be able to capitalize on the organic growth from that post because influencers didn't fall under the notion of a brand. But now that the influencer has to notate whether they're being paid or not for the post, Facebook has every right to shift them over to the brand policy, meaning it'll be governed by the algorithm that is used for brands. Now, with the ability to actually boost said posts, it does look like Facebook could in fact have a double bump on income for these kinds of posts. Now, my gut tells me this is going to backfire against influencers. If brands have to pay influencers their fees, which are already ridiculous, on top of paying for paid, targeted, and boosting, they're going to go back and defect to actual celebrities who have real organic audiences to promote those posts. Now, in other words, we may finally see the nail in the coffin of the so-called influencer, which we've discussed before on the Daily Mix TV. Now, it looks like 2018 is going to be quite the year for Apple. The most valuable company on earth is ready to $1 billion war chest for Hollywood original programming, where they're planning to go head-to-head against Amazon's Prime and Netflix with new and original programming. Look, Apple is a lifestyle brand, and we've talked about this before, where they've created this almost subculture of fans that must have everything Apple releases. It was a brilliant move by Steve Jobs. Tim Cook's done an okay job in keeping that going, but it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It's got to be content driven. It's got to be the right stuff, and they've got to have the right people behind it, meaning entertainers, producers, and so on. Now, at the same time, the rumor mill is swirling that the Cupertino-based company has been working with insurance companies to get Apple Watch onto the wrists of patients to help monitor their health levels. So we've all heard the story about how Apple's working to do a blood glucose monitor into the Apple Watch for diabetics. So we'll see how this plays out. Remember, Apple is planning on announcing next month the hotly anticipated new iPhone and Apple Watch Series 3, which will undoubtedly lead to a killer fourth quarter of this year, first quarter of 18. So let's keep an eye on this one. We'll report back after the event next month. Now, I have to praise innovation where it belongs. You guys have heard me talk about my friend Wayne Rosenbaum, who owns New York hot dog institution Papaya King. Well, next month on September 15th, Wayne is launching a new packaging effort at his shops that'll make it easier for you to get your dogs and drink to go in a convenient, portable, one-handed solution. Wayne is working with Go Lids to do this. Now, color me impressed. Wayne introduced me to their CEO, Bonnie Susan Strominger, and after messaging with her and looking further into the story, I am sure you're going to see a lot more of this entrepreneur's work very soon. Congratulations, Bonnie, on your hard work paying off. We're all looking forward to September 15th to get our Papaya King hot dogs and drinks to go. By the way, tune in to QVC from 4 to 7 today. Wayne will be shilling his dogs live for the Gourmet Holiday Show. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of Hill Story Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. We'd love to hear from you, so please email us at thedailymixtv@gmail.com. You're halfway through the week, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. We'll catch you this afternoon.